is up, my boners? This is MrITryHard here, the nastiest commentator in all of motherfucking YouTube. How you guys been doing? I've been doing motherfucking fantastic, and today we have a gameplay of Headquarters on the map Yemen for you guys using that LMG being an MLG pro. I know, right? Anyways, but this is Sunday, which means we have the Vagina Chronicles, which also means we have the finest vagina in all the land. What's up, Kelly K-pop? How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. I haven't slept in like 24 hours, but I made it here, so you guys better appreciate that fact.
Kelly's on the grind today. She is working really, really hard, so I appreciate her presence.
I thought you were gonna say Kelly's on her period today. I
No!
was like, the fuck?
Well, I don't know about your I'm not like in tune with your menstrual cycle, but I am in tune with how much you work at this whole YouTube thing. And I know that today's a really busy day for you, so I really appreciate you having or taking the time to participate in this week's Vagina Chronicles.
Suck up, bitch.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding.
Just trying to be nice, like we're friends here. Whatever. Anyways, we actually have a topic. Last week we talked about things to do on a first date, the good things and the bad things, and you guys were all begging for a part 2, so here it is. We did cover a lot of like chivalry things, like, you know, the whole does he pay for the first meal, does he pay at the theaters, you know, stuff like that. You know, I want to cover more physical stuff today, and I want to cover the good old branded first date at a theater. What goes on in there? Are guys putting the moves on girls? Are we holding hands? Are we putting the arm around the shoulder? Are we maybe going in for a kiss? What's going on in that theater? Because it's a really cramped space and you're not really talking all that much. Should a guy put the moves on a girl on a first date in a theater?
You know what's like what I kind of wonder is, would it be a good idea to let the girl choose where you sit, and if she chooses to sit in the back, like, do you
she's a slut. She's a slut if she wants the back first.
Yeah, right?
She's
a whore.
Like, you know what, like when I've gone on first dates, I've never chosen the back seats at first, because I think it's the sign of you being a sexual asshole. Like, if you're like, let's go sit in the back row where nobody else sits so nobody else can see us type of deal. I feel like if you're just clearly showing your cards right away, and that's not something that I think girls appreciate all that much.
But I also think that's kind of like a teenage thing. Like, when I was a teenager, it would be like, oh yeah, let's go make out at the movie theater. And then, like, as you get older, it's like, oh, we sit in the back because it's a good seat. And
you like the back seats, really?
What?
I don't like the back seats. I don't like the back seats.
Well,
I think they're...
I like the handicap seats and the seats that usually there's like a fence in front of them so you can lay your feet up.
Yeah, I like that too. That's the only reason I would go there. It's because you can lay your feet up. I like the whole lay your feet up thing. I think it's because I feel like, I mean, the movie theaters here, all the seats are really cramped and like my knees start hurting at the end of the movie, and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I like that about it. But I still feel like if you want to be, you know, a nice, loving, lovable guy and you want to make a good first impression, I think you should just choose the best seats in the house, you know, in the middle of the theater.
Right in the front.
No,
That's
you're
the
next
worst.
Have you ever sat in the middle, like, I mean, in the front of a, like, first seat in a theater?
Yeah, like, where it's packed and those are, like, the only seats left and you're like, oh my god, seriously?
Yes.
And you just, like, your neck's, like, bent the whole time, and then you get out of the movie theater and you're like, oh, this sucks.
I watched the first Sherlock Holmes in the first or second row of the theater, and I wanted to stab myself in the face. It was the worst movie experience of all time.
I remember when I was a little kid, I always wanted to go to the front. My parents are like, ugh.
You know, it's terrible. But, okay, so let's say you're in the middle of the movie theater, you got best seats in the house, you're watching a good movie, you're with the first date. Do you, like, that middle armrest? That is the pivotal piece of that whole night. Like, do you share the armrest? Do you let him grab it? If you, like, are you touching hands? Because I mean, there will be hand touching there. Is that something that, you know, is a good thing? Should you just should the guy just let the girl have it, like, be like all chivalrous and whatever? Is that something that is important to you?
Well, it's kind of weird because if it's a first date, right? Like, how well do you know this person? If you're, like, really just meeting them and you guys don't know each other that well, I don't know if I'd want to hold hands. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really care. It's just holding hands.
Right, but I feel like it entails to something more. Like, if the guy's like, all right, she wants to hold hands, now we're moving on to step number 2, which is, of course, the good old yawn / arm around the shoulder move.
That's just uncomfortable.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Don't shit on a classic. This is good.
It's usually so uncomfortable though. Like I don't know, like pushes my neck forward, my head's in a weird position. I'm not a fan of that.
But that's
like hands off, bitch. I'm watching a movie.
But that's the insight of like that's your cue to be like the whole lean on the shoulder on the guy type thing. That's your cue. If you don't respond to that, then yeah, it's gonna feel awkward.
I don't know. I think it depends on the girl too. You have to judge like how she is, because there's those one girls who are like super. I'm gonna call them clingy. Have you ever seen or met those girls where they're just like all over the guy, like constantly, and they just love the attention?
A little annoying. A little annoying.
Oh, I think it's annoying, and I would never want to be like that, because I kind of like to have my own personal space. And so you really have to look at the girl you're going on the first date with, or the guy if you're like a girl who's taking control, I don't know, and just say, or just, you know, consider, are they someone who really likes, you know, might like to be like held?
All right,
are they someone who likes it a little bit, or are they someone who likes some like personal space?
So fly by the seat of your pants. I feel is where is what you're getting at right now. Let's move on to our final part here, which is of course the awkward ride home and the part where the boy or the man walks the girl to her door and says goodbye. That is of course the classic in the movies, the first kiss. Is this appropriate?
All right, you know what I think? All right, so you have to judge how your first date went. Like, is this someone you want to, like, spend some more time with? Do you want to go on a few more dates with them? Then, like, you know, be nice, be a gentleman, be a lady, walk them to the front door, and, you know, if you feel like it's the right time to kiss them, you can try, or give them a hug. If you don't like them at all and you don't want to go on any more dates, might as well try and get in their pants. I swear, like, you might, like, why not?
Yeah, I'm the type of guy who would go for the first kiss. First date, first kiss, walk home. I feel like if it's just appropriate, even if I'm not really interested in pursuing that relationship, even if I just want to, like, I really don't care, maybe I still want to get a kiss in there. I feel like that's my reward. I paid for your fucking theater, I paid for your lunch, I paid for everything. I made I made this effort, and now this is my reward. I want your lips on my mouth. That's the way it works, at least for me.
Yeah, but I still think the movie theater is like the worst first date idea.
I so agree. I really agree. But we're out of time, but I feel like if next week's topic should be we should cover the first kiss, how to first kiss.
Yeah,
you know,
way
stuff
more
like
in
that.
depth, because there's so much more to say with that. Like, there's signs people give, like if they want that kiss.
Yes.
And
how to kiss.
It's awkward too, and you have to expect it to be a little awkward.
True. There is, of course, the good old do we use tongue or not deal. Like, is that appropriate on a first kiss? Maybe we could cover that next week's video. If you guys want that, please let us know in the comment section down below. Kelly, do you have any last words before we depart?
Just don't fucking go to the movies on a first date. Just stop.
Kelly hates the movies on a first date.
It's stupid. You're not getting to know the person. You're watching a movie. I think it's like the dumbest thing ever. On a first date, you should be talking to that person, seeing if you have chemistry, not watching a movie. You're
right. Kelly rant about first dates on movies is over. But yeah, you're totally right, though. You're totally right. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. This is the MrITryHard and K-pop. Bye.
And goodbye.